headlines of this hour on VTV News. Leading Republic of Korea corporations keen to expand operations in Vietnam. An unprecedented flood strikes GIANG province. In our world news, Southeast Asian nations and India to facilitate instant retail cross-border payments.
Broadcasting from Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. VTV News starts right now.
Good morning. It is 8 a.m. local time in Hanoi, and you're watching VTV News. I'm Huyen Tan with the top stories. On Wednesday, State President Tô Lâm received the new Japanese ambassador to Vietnam, Theo and Belarusian ambassador to Vietnam, Vladimir VTVgo in Hanoi. More in the following.
State President Tô Lâm on Wednesday received the new Japanese ambassador to Vietnam, Ito Naoki, who has just begun his tenure. At the reception, the state president encouraged the ambassador to play a key role as a policy advisor and bridge between the two countries. He specifically asked the diplomat to work to concretize the comprehensive strategic partnership framework, focusing on enhancing political trust and strengthening substantive cooperation in economy and trade and investment. In particular, the framework prioritized investment in infrastructure, labor, human resources training, culture, locality-to-locality and people-to-people exchanges. Ambassador Ito highlighted his commitment to deepening the Vietnam-Japan Comprehensive Strategic Partnership toward the next 5 decades, with a focus on economic collaboration, workforce training, cultural and locality-to-locality cooperation, and tourism.
On Wednesday afternoon, the state president also received Belarusian ambassador to Vietnam Vladimir VTVgo. The state president praised the results of cooperation between the two countries in recent years, including the promotion of the Intergovernmental Committee mechanism in implementing cooperation agreement and efforts to find measures to further strengthen cooperation in all areas. Vladimir VTVgo expressed his agreement with the orientations proposed by the president to promote cooperation, including the exchange of delegations at all levels.
During his official visit to the Republic of Korea, Prime Minister Phie on July 3rd delivered a policy speech at Seoul National University, in which he affirmed Vietnam is willing to cooperate more closely with the Republic of Korea and further develop the bilateral comprehensive strategic partnership for happiness of the two peoples and for peace, cooperation and development in the region and the world.
Briefing participants on Vietnam's situation, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh said that over the past nearly 40 years, it has strongly implemented its Doi Moi renewal cause in a comprehensive and concerted manner. In the future, Vietnam will renew traditional growth drivers and promote new ones, maintain macroeconomic stability, curb inflation, boost growth, and ensure major balances of the economy. The Prime Minister also spoke of speeding up industrialization and modernization, creating substantive changes in strategic breakthroughs, and restructuring the economy. The Vietnamese Prime Minister proposed that Vietnam and the Republic of Korea should prioritize strengthening the foundation of the relationship, which is mutual understanding and political trust through regular exchanges of delegations, including at high levels, effectively carrying out high-level commitments and agreements, including the action program to implement the Vietnam-Roque Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, and intensifying cooperation in diplomacy, defense, and security. The Prime Minister also answered questions raised by delegates, including issues of concern and solutions for Vietnam in the process of rapid economic development.
My first priority is that we must protect the independence and territorial integrity of the country. The second priority is to have political stability, social order and security to ensure rapid and sustainable development. The third priority is to deal with global issues such as population aging, resource depletion, and climate change. With these issues, we need a comprehensive, publicly engaged global approach. The fourth is to ensure social justice and equality, leaving no one behind. We also pay great attention to international relations. Furthermore, we focus on educating young people about building and protecting the country, thereby protecting their own interests.
Concluding his speech, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh believed that the Vietnam Republic of Korea friendship and cooperation will develop strongly, effectively, and sustainably thanks to the strong direction of the leaders of the two countries. It will also flourish due to the common interests and similarities in culture and traditions between the two peoples, the connection of social foundations, and the special attachment between the peoples and businesses of the two countries.
Now, also on July 3rd, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh had meetings with leaders of many leading Korean corporations during his visit to the Republic of Korea. These are corporations that have large investments in Vietnam, creating hundreds of thousands of jobs for workers. This in the following story.
In a meeting with the chairman and CEO of POSCO, the Prime Minister discussed POSCO's interest in rare earth extraction in Vietnam. POSCO, a top 5 South Korean business with 4 steel branches in Vietnam, aims to leverage its advanced extraction technology to contribute to Vietnam's economic development and stabilize the global value chain.
During a meeting with the chairman of CJ Group, a multinational corporation active in food, biotechnology, logistics, retail and culture, the Prime Minister congratulated CJ on its successful operations in Vietnam and encouraged the group to continue expanding its high-quality investments. CJ Group has been investing in Vietnam since 1998 with a total investment of $1 billion across 24 subsidiaries.
During talks with the CEO of LG Display, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh thanked LG for its substantial investments in Vietnam and urged the company to integrate more Vietnamese businesses into its supply chain. He also encouraged investments in digital economy, green economy, and circular economy projects. LG has invested over $5 billion in Vietnam, focusing on new technology, and will pour in $3 billion in the next 5 years.
In a meeting with the chairman of Daewoo ENC, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh highlighted that investment in new urban areas will be a long-term strategy of Vietnam in the future. He asked the corporation to engage in green urban development projects in the country, join social welfare activities, and contribute to promoting the cooperation between Vietnam and the Republic of Korea.
Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh also met with the chairman of GSEC. The corporation has undertaken several real estate and transportation projects in Vietnam. The Prime Minister urged the corporation to coordinate with Ho Chi Minh City and relevant agencies to expedite project procedures and actively engage in social welfare activities, such as eliminating temporary and dilapidated houses.
The Vietnamese government leader also had a working session with the Vice Chairman and CEO of Celltrion, a leading biopharmaceutical company in the Republic of Korea. He affirmed that pharmaceuticals are a priority for development in Vietnam, which has been short of technology and high-quality human resources for the sector, adding that he welcomed Celltrion's plan to cooperate and transfer technology to the Vietnam Pharmaceutical Corporation.
At a meeting with Chairman CEO of the Korea Development Bank, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh encouraged the bank to continue supporting the operations of Korean enterprises in Vietnam and providing credit support for Vietnamese SMEs, particularly in green finance, infrastructure, and high technology.
As part of his official visit to the Republic of Korea, Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh visited the Samsung Group's semiconductor complex in Gyeonggi Province on Wednesday afternoon. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh expressed his admiration for seeing firsthand Samsung Group's achievements in the field of high technology in general and semiconductors in particular. He also praised Samsung's effective investment in the manufacturing industry, producing electronic equipment and components in Vietnam for nearly 20 years, and the group's positive contributions to the country's socio-economic development. Highlighting Vietnam's priority in promoting the semiconductor and artificial intelligence or AI industry in the coming years, the Prime Minister said Vietnam welcomes and encourages investors in these technologies and fosters an ecosystem for these sectors. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính stressed that Vietnam will improve its political institutions, train high-quality human resources, and develop necessary infrastructure to better serve companies investing in the semiconductor industry. He expressed his belief that Samsung will continue to succeed in a development and investment cooperation in Vietnam. During his official visit to South Korea, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on Wednesday commemorated the 30th anniversary of the first direct flight and welcomed the 15 million passenger on the Vietnam-South Korea route of Vietnam Airlines. The Vietnamese Prime Minister also visited Vietnamese Korean multicultural families. More in the following.
After 30 years since its opening, Vietnam Airlines is currently operating 6 direct flights to Korea: Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Seoul, Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Busan, Da Nang, Seoul, and Cam Ranh, Seoul, with an average frequency of up to 112 flights per week. Currently, there are nearly 300,000 Vietnamese people living in the Republic of Korea, while about 200,000 South Koreans have made Vietnam their home. The two countries are home to up to 80,000 multicultural Vietnamese Korean families. This cultural proximity is reflected in an increase in travel between the two nations, where aviation plays a crucial role. At a ceremony on Wednesday in Seoul to mark 30th anniversary of the first direct flight and welcome the 15 millionth passenger between Vietnam and the Republic of Korea, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính asked Vietnam Airlines in particular and the aviation industry in general to continuously improve service quality. He also asked that they reduce prices and restructure the management and human resources to enhance competitiveness in the international markets. Also on Wednesday afternoon, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính visited the family of Giang Yong-gak and Vu Thái Linh, a multicultural Vietnamese Korean family in Osan City, Gyeonggi Province. The Prime Minister hopes that this family in particular, as well as Vietnamese people in the Republic of Korea in general, will continue to unite, work hard and build a happy life while preserving the beautiful cultural traditions of the two countries. This meeting was Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính last activities in the Republic of Korea.
Bình Phước needs to focus resources, ensure timely progress, and maintain quality when implementing expressway projects to accelerate development. This was emphasized by National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn at a meeting with the Standing Committee of the Bình Phước Provincial Party Committee on Wednesday.
In 2023, Bình Phước Province's economic growth reached 8.34%, ranking first in the Southeast region and 11th in the country. In the first 6 months of this year, this figure is estimated at 7.76% and ranked 18th in the country. At the same time, a number of solutions were proposed so that Bình Phước can accelerate its development in the coming time. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn suggested that Bình Phước implement solutions to promote administrative reform and improve the investments and business environment, and realize the provincial planning for the 2021-2025 period with a vision to 2050. He also recommended the province promote the advantages for rapid and sustainable developments associated with green and sustainable growth, and focus resources on promoting trans-regional transport systems.
I urge the province to focus on implementing key transport projects to serve socio-economic development, especially the two expressway projects, the North-South Expressway Gia Nghĩa Trơn Thành Western section and the Ho Chi Minh City to Dầu Một Trơn Thành Expressway project through Bình Phước Province. These two projects will help Bình Phước develop, raising people's living condition.
The National Assembly Chairman requested Bình Phước to enhance responsibility in performing public duties among its cadres and civil servants. He also stressed the need to strengthen national defense and security and maintain the Vietnam-Cambodia border for peace, friendship, cooperation, and development.
The 2024 Vietnamese Culture Days in Russia program opened in Moscow on Tuesday, where a wide range of activities will be held throughout the week. Chief Justice of the Supreme People's Court Nguyễn Hòa Bình, Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism Nguyễn Văn Hùng, Russian Culture Minister Olga Lyubimova, First Deputy Speaker of the Federation Council of the Federal Assembly Andrei Yatskin, and Vietnamese Ambassador to Russia Đặng Minh Khôi attended the event. Within the framework of the program, there will be a photo exhibition, a Vietnamese film screening, and tourism promotion events in Moscow and St. Petersburg. The program aims to implement the joint statement on further deepening the bilateral comprehensive strategic partnership towards the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic ties in 2025. Coming up next on VTV News. Unprecedented flood strikes Ha Giang province. And Hanoi pushes ahead with administrative reform.
When it comes to business, it's crucial to choose a smart location with global impact. And Vietnam might just be the location for you. Connect worldwide to advanced logistics networks. Smart hub for technology and innovation. A dynamic business ecosystem. An environment with a competitive edge.
Welcome back to VTV News. Now, a deluge of heavy rainfall has triggered landslides and inundated various areas in Ha Giang province on Wednesday. The flood has submerged several houses and properties under the rising waters. This in the following report.
As of noon Wednesday, Ha Giang City recorded 4 localized flood points, mainly in Minh Khai and Trần Phú Ward. Not only the city, heavy rain also caused flooding and landslides on some inter-village and commune roads in Bắc Quang, Vị Xuyên, Hoàng Su Phi districts, resulting in traffic delays. Additionally, landslides damaged 27 homes. The flood drowned over 397 hectares of crops, 18 hectares of fish ponds, and resulted in the loss of over 150 livestock. Heavy rain ceased in Ha Giang province by Wednesday afternoon.
We are packing up belongings, moving livestock to safe places. Neighborhoods and local officers also support us.
The heavy rain in the north has passed its peak. The rain coverage is forecast to narrow down on Thursday. However, heavy rains continue to occur in some locations in Ha Giang, Tuyên Quang, Yên Bái, Lào Cai, and Lai Châu. Local people are advised to be cautious of flash floods and landslides.
Hanoi has maintained its second position nationwide in the 2019 Public Administration Reform Index since 2021. However, some procedures have yet to meet the demand of individuals and businesses and must be reformed. At the 17th session of Hanoi People's Council on Wednesday, several deputies raised this issue in the question and answer session on the implementation of discipline and responsibility in performing public duties.
In the session, deputies noted the remaining situation of evasion and responsibility shirking in the handling of procedures at the commune and ward levels. This has led to delays in overdue procedures, particularly in procedures related to business establishment and land-related matters.
Before the end of their terms, the city has replaced 3 department directors and heads of key agencies. The city has replaced or transferred 6 district chairmen. To date, these 6 localities have shown positive changes in administrative procedures.
Furthermore, regarding the case of one document having to wait 900 days for a response, it has been argued that the bottleneck lies not at the leadership level, but at the department heads and officers.
Many experts raised the question regarding the authority limitations of Vietnamese civil servants. Almost every matter must be reported to the collective units. It is necessary to research and enhance the authority of each officer and promote decentralization. These civil servants need authority to solve specific issues.
Hanoi has so far decentralized and authorized civil servants to handle over 600 administrative procedures, which is 1/3 of the city's total number. The city is working on decentralizing authority on an additional 500 administrative procedures. It aims to increase the level of people's satisfaction with public services to 90 to 95% by next year.
Now, in recent years, tourism has played a key role in the economic development of many localities in the Central Highlands. To meet high recruitment demand, many tourism companies have provided training for newcomers, especially ethnic employees, to help them improve the essential knowledge and skills needed for their jobs. As a result, many ethnic people have changed their lives thanks to sustainable livelihoods. A report from Mang Den Town, Kon Tum Province.
Growing coffee is one of the most long-standing livelihood practices of the Gazong people in Kon Tum Province. Every day, Yizun assists her parents at her family's coffee plantation. As she attended brevet service training, she gained valuable insights into coffee beans and learned how to make delicious cups of coffee.
I'm very happy because now I can make a perfect cup of coffee. Many visitors have praised my drinks. I'm very proud and expect more in-depth training in making drinks and beverages.
I attended a training course to learn how to make drinks and beverages for 6 months. I was taught how to classify coffee varieties to find healthy, high-quality coffee beans. I still want to pursue this job, as I can earn a lot of money from it.
Ituk attended a housekeeper training course. She was taught how to clean a room and make a bed to ensure that guests have a comfortable and pleasant stay. As an ethnic woman, she finds such hands-on experience interesting and useful.
Before attending this course, I only did farming, but now I have a better job with a stable income. I have a chance to make friends with different people. I've learned English to improve my communication skills.
Local authorities in the Central Highlands have prioritized tourism development in recent years. They have provided vocational training for ethnic people to boost their participation in community-based tourism.
The participation of ethnic communities has played a significant role in developing local tourism. Providing vocational training for ethnic people is the most effective way to help them improve their income and contribute to preserving local culture and traditions.
Coming up next in our world news. Southeast Asian nations and India to facilitate instant retail cross-border payments. In China to develop over 50 standards for AI sector by 2026. Now moving on to our world news. The central banks of Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, the Philippines and India are teaming up to start an instant cross-border retail payment platform by 2026. The Bank of International Settlements, or BIS, often dubbed the central bankers' central bank, join the project. BIS aims to link each country's instant digital payment system, like India's United Payment Interface UPI and Singapore's PayNow. This initiative is part of Project Nexus, which aims to enhance cross-border payments. India and the 4 countries will be the founding members of the platform, while Indonesia will serve as a special observer. Nexus has the potential to connect a market of 1.7 billion people globally, allowing them to make instant payments to each other easily and cheaply. China released a white paper on the development of the global digital economy on Tuesday. According to the document, China is now home to more than 1/3 of the world's AI large language models. The country has set itself the target of developing more than 50 new national and industrial standards by 2026. China ranks second only after the US in the number of AI large language models worldwide. The development of generative AI represented by large language models is empowering the smart transformation of various industries. China plays an increasingly important role in narrowing the global digital gap and promoting the common interests of AI development among countries. By the end of May, China had built over 3.83 million 5G base stations, accounting for over 60% of the global total. Japan began circulating its first new banknotes in 20 years on Wednesday, featuring 3-dimensional portraits in an attempt to dissuade counterfeiters. The new banknotes of 10,000 yen, 5,000 yen and 1,000 yen use printed patterns to generate holograms of historical figures. Those portraits will change when facing different directions and view angles. The notes will feature Arabic numerals more prominently than kanji characters, so they are easy to read regardless of age or nationality. Tactile marks will also allow visually impaired people to feel and know which banknotes they are holding. Existing banknotes will remain valid even after the introduction of the new bills. The west coast of the United States spans 12,500 kilometers and plays a crucial role in the country's environment. As a result, the government and local people are making significant efforts in the protection of wild marine species to preserve the regional biodiversity.
Marina del Rey Harbor, California. Sea lions come here almost every day. They follow the fishing boats to catch fish, then wait out at the harbor for food. Fishermen don't like them, but there's nothing they can do as sea lions are protected by law.
They'll follow us 10 miles out there and just wait for us to give them food. But we don't feed them. It's illegal to feed wildlife anyways. On the general day here, up to maybe 20 or 30 of them. The sea lions always break our things and trying to get our bait, so we have to kick them off.
Sea lions are just one of about 30 protected marine mammals in California. Along the west coast, it's not uncommon to see seals. The Protection Act prohibits feeding, touching, hunting, or disturbing them.
We have something called the Marine Life Protection Act that was established, and now we have a series of marine protected areas that run up and down the coast.
This center has rescued hundreds of seals and sea lions, taking care of them before rehabilitating them into the wild. A marine animal adoption program has also been deployed to raise people's awareness and call for community support.
The northern elephant seals that we have here today were once thought to be extinct. That population now has grown tremendously from, a few dozen animals now to over 200,000.
Even if the locals have reasons not to like them, they have to respect and share living space with these animals. This is the key to protect marine animals in California.
Now let's move on to the weather forecast. And that's all the news we have for this hour. To rewatch our program, you can download our mobile app VTVgo or check out our YouTube channel VTV4Go. Thank you for watching and see you next time.